Hello everyone and welcome to the GenAIScript channel. My name is Pele and in this video I will talk about tools, also known as functions. So tools are a way to extend the knowledge of the LM by answering questions on the fly for things that are not in the model, such as real-time stock, weather, or querying to a database that won't ever fit into the context. And we'll see how we can implement tools in GenAIScript using JavaScript functions. So let's jump into the docs. If you want to learn more about tools, search for tools. You'll see here that there's quite a bit about it. The basic functionality is to define a tool as a JavaScript function using DevTool, but there's a number of built-in frameworks and so forth. Worth mentioning that tool support is not uniformly handled by all models, and your luck will vary. Some of them actually don't have tool support or behave better than others, and tools are not always being called the right way and so forth. It's still an area where DLMs have to improve. All right, so let's jump into VS Code and let's see how we can write a script that answers questions about the weather, the current weather, which is of course not in the model. So I'm going to create I'm here in VS Code. I've installed GenAIScript from the marketplace. I have the model here, and I have OpenAI, my OpenAI secret set up, so I can use OpenAI, and I'm going to create this weather script. All right, so the weather script is to, what is the weather in Seattle? All right, so let's ask that, and as expected, we get an answer saying, well, there's no data about the current weather, which is what we expected. So we can, this is where we can leverage the flexibility of tools. So to do that, we're going to do DevTool. Now we have to give it an ID. The ID matters, so it should represent what the tool does. Then we have the next is the description, so gets real-time weather information about a city. We're going to limit it to a city. Next step is the schema. So that's what are the arguments, and we're going to go ahead and let Copilot help us. Give me a required. All right, so we got a single argument, which is a city name. And then lastly, we want to register a function. So this is a JavaScript function. It can be async or not. It can return various data types. The basic one is a string, but you can also return things like you've just read a file or something directly and we will on it. And in this case, we're going to say that if the LM asks for Seattle, we're going to say snowy because it's snowy today. All right. So now that we run this script, I've got here the tool definition and the query. And the tool definition can go into its own file. Now when we run this and we look at the trace, you can see that we start the chat with 2 messages. And we have, what is the weather in Seattle? Then the answer comes back with a tool call. So OpenAI said, yep, call your tool weather, and here are the inputs. That's our answer, snowy. And now we have a new conversation with 4 messages. The original 2, the messages that we receive, which is this tool call, and then this new message with the answer. Send that and we get the final answer. The weather in Seattle is currently snowy. Boom. We managed to add live data, and we could try Paris. Let's just see what it knows about Paris. And it's doing its thing. What do we answer? Unknown. Oh, it doesn't know. So that's as expected. So that's a very fast intro on tools. Worth mentioning that you can also add built-in tools through this area. There's a number of tools here that are available. There's also tools in the documentation and so forth. So it's quite a bit of topic. This is a very quick one, but online you can actually define tools as a JavaScript function, and as such, put a breakpoint and run your script also through the debugger. So now it's going to start the debugger and attach, and when the LM decides to run the, so there it is. Takes a little while the first time to launch the debugger. It's installing. Oh, let's take it. You can see once it's installed, we'll see that this will turn on red. So we've hit the breakpoint. We received pairs, which is what we expected the LM do, and then we can, step through and keep going with the execution. All right, this concluded the video on using tools. Thank you for watching.